Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Mod Driven. Today, we're going to take a look at the tires on the Honda Civic. This applies to any set of tires, really, and whether or not they're dangerous. I'm talking about the tread depth. You know, I got this car used from CarMax, and I'm not exactly sure how the tires are wearing, and honestly, I don't know how long they've been on the car, nor how they were treated by the previous owner or owners. Now, real quick, the U.S. Department of Transportation says that you should replace your tires when you get to a tread depth of 2/32. Also, when you get to about 4/32, you start to lose traction, or you lose traction in wet and snowy conditions. So if you live up north, I don't really have to worry about snow here, but it does rain a lot. You should consider replacing them or start to think about replacing them when you hit around 4/32. So I've got one of these tire depth meters, and they're very simple. You can use a penny too, you know, the old head of Lincoln when you stick the penny in there. But we're going to be a little more precise. This thing is very easy. It has a little pin or arm here you push down, and when you do that, it pushes up on a gauge, and then you just read what tread depth you have. It has both millimeters and seconds. In this case, 30 seconds, 32 seconds. So we're going to go around to each tire and check them out and see where mine are. I'll show you how to use this thing. Again, it's pretty darn simple. All you do is get yourself in here on one of the slots or grooves on the tire and stick the little gauge down in there. It's kind of dark in here, but I think you can see, hopefully, there's a line or a tread indentation right here, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to push this down like so. There's not a lot of room in here. And then we're going to straddle that tread pattern in there, if you will. Push down, and then just pull out your gauge and see where you're at. Now, me, I'm at about, right about 6/32 or so on this one. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's right here. It's actually a hair lower, starting to get into the caution range, or about somewhere around 5/32, I'm guessing. Let's do that one more time. And you should check it in more than one place. So we're going to go to the next tread section, if you will. In the middle, push down, and let's see where we're at. Same thing, so they do seem to be wearing evenly across, right about 6/32 or so. So we're okay on this one. Let's go check the back. This is the driver's side still, of course. Get a little bit more light out here. Do the same thing. I'm going to check the first indentation, if you will, right there. Just push down. Again, this isn't complicated. This one is better. It's at about pushing 9/32. Let's go to the next slot in there. And we're actually, wow, a little bit less, right at about 8 or so on the gauge. So not wearing exactly evenly, but we're still well above the 2/32 mark. Let's go over to the other side. I'm curious, are they wearing well side to side? I don't know. All right, let's see. I'll check the first one here. That is at about, right about dead on at 8/32. Let's go one more in. That one is at about, find the 30 seconds, at about 8. So it seems to be wearing pretty well on this side. It's funny, these look a lot less. Let's check right here on the edge. I'm curious. This looks like it's a lot less here. And that is right at about a little under 6, maybe 5. So they're not wearing evenly all the way across. Not exactly sure why. Let's go to the front. I'd understand that on the front, you know, if they're off. but not so much on the rears. Perhaps somebody could clue me in on that. Let's check this one. Pretty tight in here. Okay, that one appears to be at about, somewhere in the, I'd say 7, maybe 6 30 seconds. Let's turn this thing and see. Yeah, there we go. It does have different measurements on different scales. That's right at about 6. Let's go one more in. All right, and that is at about 6 as well. So they're both well above, and for reference, let's go ahead and pull this up. You can see the red area on here is where you would need to consider replacing them. So we're at 6 in the green, which is right up above there. So they do have some wear left. I wouldn't say there's a ton. But they do have some wear left in them, so not really concerned so much about that. Now, one other thing, I want to check the side on this one, and you can visually see that the tread is less on the sides. Maybe that's just a normal tire thing. Checking that, we are right at about 5. So we're at about 5 30 seconds on the very edge. Again, I think that's just tire construction. I am not a tire expert, so it doesn't surprise me that they're less on the sides. Obviously, if you measure right here, it's going to be a heck of a lot less. Let's do that for kicks, just for visual. I'm curious to see if that shows me what 2 30 seconds looks like. That would be about that's about 1 32nd, this little slot right here. So that'll give you an idea. If you get down to that level as compared to up here even, you're going to have a heck of a lot less tire tread left, and that wouldn't be a good thing. So just for point of reference, that's about 1. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, kind of check that out myself. I did check it when I first got the car. Of course, I've driven it a few miles since then, and it definitely is starting to be a concern. Not yet. I mean, we're a couple 30 seconds away, but 30 seconds aren't much. But something that I'll consider doing down the road, and honestly, I've been thinking about replacing the wheels and tires on the car anyway, getting rid of the chrome look and going with something a little bit different. Haven't decided whether I'll go with a color or maybe just black. We shall see. I think on gray you could go red or even bronze, or of course black, and any of them would look good, I think. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. Do you ever check these things? Or do you just wait until there's a problem and then replace them? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.